Good, guys. We're back at it again with another video. As you can see by the title, we got Jalen Johnson today. But before we get into that, I do have to tell y'all, earlier this week I was late on a post. I was supposed to post at 2:30, but I didn't have the Wi-Fi set up, so I ended up posting at like 7. And I hate not meeting my time, my schedule, stuff like that. Even if I didn't have the Wi-Fi set up, we have it set up now. So because of that, and it's Sunday, I feel like blessing y'all. We coming with 2 videos today. This Jalen Johnson one's gonna be first, and then in 5 minutes after this one drops, I'm scheduling our subscriber breakdown to drop, which is my guy Lucas Pango. He's actually from Britain, so this is gonna be. I'm not sure if this is our first international. I think this is actually our second international player we've done. So I'm excited for that one. That's dropping 5 minutes after this. But getting back to Jalen Johnson, I don't want anybody to look at this kid like, who is he? Like, where did he come from? No, it's kind of like, for him, it's kind of like the same situation with Michael Porter Jr., right? Michael Porter Jr. he was my class. So for my whole high school career, him and DeAndre Ayton, number 1, number 2, you just have to look at the website and then that's where they're shifting at, right? Literally, they go from 1 to 2, and then they'll switch, and then they'll just keep switching, right? So Michael Porter Jr. is projected top 2 pick. He goes to college, he gets hurt, politics get into it. They're getting down on him. He falls in the draft. Now he's killing, and everyone's like, oh, who is this? Da 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 da. No, he's been that good. He just got hurt, and politics made him fall in the draft. It's kind of like with Jalen. Now, I'm not saying they play alike at all, because they don't. But Jalen, I'm pretty sure at some point was the number 1 player in his class. He goes to Duke, and he opts out. And all of a sudden, when you opt out, things like that, politics come into it. Let's just say, because people don't really understand like how much politics really play into the draft, right? So let's just say we have two players about to get drafted. They hire agents, and one of them is projected late lottery, and then kind of in that second half of the draft. The other one is in the second half of the draft trying to get into the lottery, right? So let's just say the player in the second half that's trying to get into the lottery tells their agent, I hired you because you told me that you can get me in the lottery, right? So what do you do as an agent? Oh yeah, there's a kid, let's just say it's Jalen, right? Oh, he opted out. So what do? You start talking to people, certain scouts. Yeah, I don't think he really likes basketball. I don't think he's really committed. They do this all the time. Anthony Edwards last year when they tried to get him out of number 1 at the last second. Oh yeah, I think he likes rapping. I don't really think he likes to play. Like, you guys don't realize this happens, but they do that and it actually works, and people end up falling. Sharif, right? Remember how I came with the video before the draft saying Sharif is a lock, first round lock, he's great, he's this and that. All of a sudden, people start overthinking it. He drops to 48. Now he's cooking in Summer League because he was a first round talent the whole time, but politics play into it. People don't realize that. But I'm excited for this one. We're going to show why he really is a lottery level top 5 talent. Let's go.
As you're going to see in these next 2 clips, Jalen's actually a pretty good shooter with his feet set, even with the defender in his face, whether it be from mid-range on that possession or from 3 on this one. He's also a plus-level athlete, and at 6'9", can finish with either hand off either leg. Like I said before, if he has any kind of space, it's gone. There are times within games that he can make questionable decisions with the ball in his hands, as you can see here, throwing a behind-the-back pass down 2 in the 4th quarter. Just wanted to show you guys a little of the Sharif-Jalen Johnson connection, because you're going to be seeing it for years to come. Again, even though he can be a bit streaky at times, he's actually a better shooter than most people realize. Jalen's also a monster on the glass, consistently getting putbacks and double-doubles, and as you can see on this possession here, he's also a pretty good defender, not letting the defender get by him, staying in front of him, and eventually causing the miss. He also has great awareness off the ball as a cutter, usually getting himself a couple easy buckets throughout the game. Now, while he does have the ability to put the ball on the ground, he does struggle a bit sometimes, creating separation on drives, forcing himself into tough shots.
Okay, so Jalen, remember what I said. This isn't a kid that people need to be like, oh, who is this? Where did he come from? Or, oh, he's the surprise of Summer League. No, he's been that good. He's always been that good. It's just certain things have happened over the last couple of months that made him fall in the draft, right? But for him, 6'9", 220, he's kind of like in that Paolo mode. We just did Paolo last week, right? Like I said in that video, the name of the game nowadays is versatility. Players that you can plug and play in different positions, right? So for Jalen, you can put him a little bit at the 3, not crazy, but you can put him a little bit at the 3. He's mostly going to be at the 4, and then in a pinch you can play him at the 5 because he does have size and he does have a pretty good build, and he's also a plus level athlete, so he can jump with people, right? So offensively for him, his bread and butter is going to be him running the floor in transition, pushing in transition. He's going to be lethal in that pick and roll with Reef, and then when he plays with Trey eventually. He's a monster on the glass, things like that. He can shoot as well, and that's a big part of his game that I knew he can put it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's an athlete, but I didn't know he can shoot that well. Like, I'm looking at his stats. He's shooting 41% from three. He's taking three threes a game. Now, that's not volume, but that's a pretty good indicator. Like, okay, he can shoot and it looks pretty consistent, right? Now, the only thing probably at this point right now that he needs to work on, like, he's dominating Summer League. He low-key is in that. He's looking like one of the, if not the best player, top 5 best players in Summer League, right? So the one thing that he needs to work on, he's playing at 1 speed right now. 1 speed. So the game hasn't slowed down for him yet. He's talented enough that he can get away with it, but like I showed you, like when he'll be on the perimeter and like he won't realize time, score, you know what I'm saying? Possession is 2, you're down 2 in the 4th quarter, you can't throw it behind the back. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when Steph threw that behind the back in the finals, which is got the GOAT another ring, who's LeBron. LeBron, not Jordan, but back to Jalen Johnson. So it is kind of sped up for him right now. So throw that behind the back, or he'll be, like, I didn't put it in there, but a lot of the times where he'll get it on the glass and go, because he can do that. If he keeps, like, if you really, like, let him go and take it off the glass and go, there are a lot of times he'll throw some careless passes, he'll get turnovers, things like that. People will pressure him into turning it over just off the bounce. So it's really just, for him, it's going to be slowing down. He's dominant right now. Like, it looks easy for him right now. But once he plays against, you know, the all-stars, he's gonna have to slow down. He's also a pretty good defender, right? So as I showed you, he's guarding, I think it was Paul Reed. He's no slouch. So, like, he can go, right? So, and he's moving his feet, his things like that. So he's a plus level athlete. I think it's just going to be more mental for him, right? Because he has all the physical tools. He can shoot it. He probably, like I showed you, he can put it on the deck, put it on the ground. He does struggle a little bit creating that separation. But if he gets you on his hip, he's good enough of an athlete. He can go through you and punch on you, right? So he's nice. Like, if this wasn't, I'll say, like, if this draft class wasn't like OD in terms of you got legitimate star power at the top, like that whole top 5 is hits. Like, the way these dudes have been performing in Summer League, the whole top 5 in the 2021 NBA draft have been hits, bro. So if it wasn't this draft, he's lottery, easy. Even with him opting out, I think even with him opting out, if this draft wasn't this strong at the top, he's a lottery pick, right? So he really just situation of, okay, he might have came out in an overpowered draft, because a lot of the players in this class, even ones, you got Bones Highland, I think he just dropped 28 last night. Trey Murphy was killing in his first game. Josh Christopher, Alfred Sengun on the Rockets. I think the Rockets got the best draft class this year. Like, Sengun, bro, he's not athletic, but that dude can go. He can go. So we definitely gonna come with his breakdown soon. But all in all, like I said, this dude is a lottery level talent. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. Y'all seen, I showed y'all a little bit what it's gonna look like with Sharif. That's gonna be exciting. And then imagine when you put Trey with them, like, the Hawks are gonna be pretty good. Like, they're gonna make some noise this year. Like I said, 5 minutes after this video dropping, we got my guy Lucas subscriber breakdown dropping. Like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Appreciate you guys watching. We're gonna be back at it tomorrow with another video.